Hey, I'm Ava. Welcome to Surf Like You, where I help people discover their unique surfing style by laying or correcting proper surf foundations. Welcome to the Surf Like You video series, 5 Days to Better Surfing. We're going to go over 3 different tips today. The first tip I have for you is for you to catch waves earlier. So you could do this by taking 1 or 2 extra hard strokes when you're getting into a wave. This is especially good for shortboards, but longboarders need speed into waves too. The premise behind it is, like I just said, you need speed into the wave to really help propel you down the line. You don't want to paddle too long or too fast to where you paddle out in front of the wave into the flats, so you still want to make sure you're looking behind you every few strokes to make sure you've got the timing just right. But most of the time, you can afford 1 or 2 extra hard strokes to make sure that you really have speed going into the wave. This way, you'll have time to decide which way you want to go. If you want to go left on the wave or right. If you haven't already decided, you'll have time to choose. And you'll have time to race the breaking wave so you don't get stuck behind whitewater. So what I mean by this is if you live in a place with a beach break, the waves break way faster than at point breaks. It's actually why people that are from beach breaks usually surf better, is because they have to surf faster and more on their toes. The waves are always different, whereas point breaks, they're pretty much the same every single wave that you get. So by catching the wave earlier, you'll have more speed down the line, and that breaking wave, it'll take longer for all of it to break. But if you catch the wave really late, you're basically catching a wave that's already breaking. I want to add one thing about the catching waves earlier. If you timed your paddling just right and it's getting super steep, you do not need to take any more strokes. Just slow down, take it easy, get your hands in position. Maybe take 1 stroke just to get a little speed into the wave, and you can pop right up. That's still catching a wave early enough. It's just you timed it really well ahead of time, which really experienced surfers are excellent at doing that. Tip number 2 for day 1 is move up on your board, probably just the slightest bit. So I actually stretch out my torso. I literally grab the nose of my board, whether it's a short board or my long board, and I stretch out my torso. I lock in my core. I tighten my core. And it creates a counterbalance in my paddle position. So I'm arching, lock it in. And so I didn't physically scoot up on my board. I just stretched my torso up. And that little bit of stretch makes the world of difference. I've helped so many friends surf better and paddle better by doing this one thing. So go ahead and try it out. It'll help you catch the waves earlier, it'll help you paddle faster, it'll give you more leverage for your paddle. It'll help you catch the waves earlier because you'll have more weight forward. So being a little bit more forward on your board, get your weight forward, and you don't need to sometimes you need to physically move up on your board, but in this case, what I'm talking about is when you're pretty much in that right spot on your board, and it's just that little, it's like a ½ inch. You just gotta stretch out your torso and lock it in. So as you move up on your board, depending on who you are and how you typically lay on your board, you might notice the nose of your board go under a little bit. So just remember to keep your body in a nice arched banana shape. You can lift your chest and lower it to give yourself leverage and control your speed as you paddle. The last tip for today is look where you want to go. Where you go, your eyes will follow. Where your eyes go, your head will follow. That's what I meant to say. I'll say it again. But where your eyes go, so where you look, your head will follow. And where your head goes, your body will follow. So get into the habit of looking 15 feet down the line if you're wanting to zoom down the line. Look up at that lip that you want to smack and then straight back down. Literally start looking everywhere that you want to go on the wave. If you're cross-stepping, look straight ahead. If you're looking down at your feet, where will you go? If you're looking down, where will you go? Remember, your eyes Your head and your body follow where your eyes look. You will go down. So just remember, if you look down, you will throw off your balance and could fall. Your head's really heavy. So that was 3 tips for day 1. 1, catch the waves earlier. 2, move up on your board, probably just the slightest bit. And 3, look where you want to go. Thank you for joining the Surf Like You community, and I'll see you tomorrow.